Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we are tackling something that literally affects almost all of us: invisible money leaks. What if I told you that you are probably losing money right this very second? And it's not because you're out there spending way too much on big, flashy purchases, and it's definitely not because you don't earn enough. It's because you're paying for things you don't even remember. So today we're going to look at how 7 specific artificial intelligence tools can step in and act as your personal financial guardrails. We're going to stop these leaks and keep your money exactly where it belongs, with you.
All right, Section 1, the invisible money problem.
Millions of people are losing hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars every single year, and they have absolutely no idea it's even happening. They think they have a spending problem or maybe an earning problem, but what they actually have is a massive visibility problem. So I want you to ask yourself, where did your money actually go last month? Like, can you account for every single dollar? For most of us, money doesn't just disappear overnight in one giant dramatic event. It disappears quietly. It's $10 here, $20 there. It's a streaming service you stopped watching months ago, a gym membership you kept meaning to cancel, or maybe an insurance payment that just quietly ticked upward. Basically, it's money walking right out the back door without making a sound.
Now, please don't beat yourself up about this because, honestly, this is a hardware issue. The human brain was simply not designed to track hundreds of microtransactions every single month. Think about your daily routine for a second. You've got coffee, gas, groceries, streaming services, food delivery, online shopping. After a few weeks, our brains just kind of blend it all together into a giant blur of spending. But artificial intelligence? It doesn't have this weakness. AI never gets tired, it never gets overwhelmed, and it literally never forgets. It can analyze thousands of transactions in a matter of seconds, shining a bright spotlight on every single penny.
Let's move to Section 2 and see how this builds, stopping the subscription bleed.
Our forgetting is actually highly profitable for companies. But we're going to use AI to completely flip the script, starting with an amazing tool called Rocket Money. Rocket Money is an absolute powerhouse for this exact problem. Once you securely link your accounts, its AI instantly scans and detects every single recurring payment you have. It pulls up your Netflix, Spotify, your cloud storage, and even those random apps you downloaded years ago and totally forgot about. But what makes it truly incredible is that it doesn't just show you the problem, it actually cancels eligible subscriptions for you. Seriously, no way are you spending hours on hold listening to terrible customer support music anymore. It completely automates the tedious process of stopping those unnecessary leaks.
To put that into perspective, consider this number, $600. This is a real-world example from our source material about a woman named Sarah. Now, Sarah worked full-time, she paid her bills on time, and she honestly thought she had a pretty great handle on her finances. But when she connected her accounts to an AI budgeting app, within minutes, it found 4 forgotten subscriptions. She was paying for an old music app, a cloud storage account she wasn't using, a fitness app, and an online course she hadn't touched in months. All of that added up to over $600 a year of completely wasted money. By using AI, she got that money back instantly. That's a real game changer.
Which brings us to this incredibly powerful quote. Sometimes the easiest money to earn is the money you stop wasting. Sarah didn't have to go ask her boss for a raise or take on a grueling second job to put an extra $600 in her pocket. She just had to stop the invisible leaks. Saving isn't always about grinding to earn more. So often, it's just about optimizing what you already have.
Moving right along to Section 3, understanding your financial story.
Finding hidden subscriptions is great, but the real challenge is seeing your complete financial picture and recognizing your own spending habits. For this, we look at a tool called Monarch Money. Monarch uses AI to pull all of these separate puzzle pieces, your checking, savings, credit cards, loans, investments, even your home's value, into one unified, beautiful dashboard. But it's not just the fancy calculator. Look, to most of us, hundreds of transactions are just a bunch of random numbers on a screen. But to Monarch's AI, it's a story. It spots hidden behavioral patterns across all these categories. It might tap you on the shoulder and notice that your grocery bill jumped 18%, or that you consistently have huge spending spikes every single Friday night. It takes the messy, complicated data of your life and turns it into a crystal clear narrative.
Then we have YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. Now, most people budget completely backwards. They spend their money first and then just cross their fingers and hope something is left over to save at the end of the month. Spoiler alert, usually nothing survives. YNAB's philosophy, which is supercharged by modern AI insights, flips this entirely upside down. First, you identify your income. Second, you give every single dollar a job before you even spend it, whether that's rent, food, savings, or just fun entertainment. Literally nothing is left without a purpose. And finally, you spend with purpose. Psychologically, you are far less likely to waste money when you know every dollar already has a specific, important destination.
Okay, Section 4, your AI financial assistance.
We're shifting now from simply tracking our past spending to utilizing tools that act like personal, 24/7 financial coaches. And this brilliantly illustrates why that's so important. Psychologists call it the latte effect. You know how a tiny $5 daily habit seems like nothing, right? But then it compounds significantly over a week, a month, and a year. Most huge financial problems don't start with one giant reckless purchase. No, they start with a tiny $5 or $10 decision that gets repeated hundreds of times until it quietly becomes an expensive automatic habit. Copilot Money is a tool designed specifically to explain these expenses to you. It acts as your coach, pointing out exactly which of your tiny habits are actually improving and which ones are quietly becoming massive drains on your resources. It asks the absolutely crucial question, are you actively making this choice today, or is it just automatic now? And this right here is the fundamental difference we are talking about today. Traditional budgeting apps act like historians. They just tell you what happened last month. It's basically looking in the rearview mirror of your finances. But AI assistants? They look through the windshield. They help you strategically plan for the future and decide exactly what to do next.
Which perfectly introduces how you can use ChatGPT as your ultimate versatile financial assistant. Now, ChatGPT doesn't directly link to your bank account, but listen to these prompts you can feed it. You can just paste in your budget and ask, hey, where am I wasting money? You can ask it to help me reduce my grocery bill by $200 this month. You can even say, write a script to negotiate my internet bill, and then you literally just read that script like an actor over the phone to your provider. Within seconds, it can organize your expenses, suggest much cheaper alternatives, and create custom savings plans based entirely on the specific data you provide. It's like having a financial advisor in your pocket.
Moving to Section 5, growing your net worth. Saving money on daily habits is incredibly important. But to build holistic long-term wealth, we have to look way beyond the checking account. First, let's quickly define net worth. It's simply everything you own minus everything you owe. Simple, right? But while most people know their checking account balance off the top of their head, very few know their actual net worth. Empower is an amazing tool that reveals this true number by securely connecting all your bank accounts, your investments, retirement funds, and loans. But I'll tell you a secret. Its real superpower is exposing hidden investment fees. People will literally spend years chasing higher market returns, totally unaware that they are quietly losing thousands of dollars to unnecessary fees draining their wealth behind the scenes. Empower shines a massive floodlight on those fees.
Now, on the flip side of the tracking experience, we have a tool called Clio. Let's be real for a second. A lot of people absolutely hate opening spreadsheets. It gives them major anxiety. Clio fixes this entirely by turning your budget into a casual text message conversation. You can text an AI questions about your spending, you can get helpful reminders, and it will even playfully roast you and call you out for bad purchases right there in your messages. For a lot of people, simply changing the whole experience from a rigid spreadsheet to a friendly text thread is the one thing that finally changes their financial habits for good.
So the crucial point here is that there really is no single magic app, but rather an entire ecosystem of AI tools that each solve a very specific piece of the financial puzzle. Rocket Money handles those pesky subscriptions. Monarch spots your deeper behavioral patterns. YNAB provides that proactive planning we all need. Copilot manages your tiny daily habits. ChatGPT acts as your custom strategic planner. Empower tracks your total net worth and finds those hidden fees. And Clio, well, Clio makes the whole shebang conversational and fun. Using a combination of these gives you an absolutely incredible informational advantage over your own money.
And that brings us to Section 6, the final reality check.
As absolutely incredible as all of this technology is, we really cannot forget one fundamental truth about personal finance, which is beautifully captured in this metaphor. Think of AI as a GPS that can show the best route, but you're still the one driving. You see, AI is not magic. It can organize your life, it can detect hidden patterns, and it can suggest some truly brilliant decisions, but it absolutely cannot replace human discipline. There is no algorithm, no app, and no chatbot on Earth that can physically force you to stop overspending. The final decision to tap your card or simply walk away from a purchase will always rest entirely with you.
Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought to consider today. Will you finally take the wheel, or are you going to let your money keep driving away without you? In the modern world of money, information is literally your biggest advantage. The tools to understand exactly where every single dollar is going are available to you right now, and they are getting smarter every single day. The only question left is whether you'll actually use them to take control of your financial journey.
Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer today. Go link up those accounts, go find those hidden leaks, and I'll see you next time.